Good morning, YouTubers. Today is Saturday the 10th of June 2023. We haven't put a YouTube video on our channel for quite some time. I guess it's just that we've been a bit busy. We have been away quite a lot, but it's actually quite a hassle to do YouTube videos because you've got to go and do editing and you've got to go, it takes a bit of time, so you know, time isn't always on our side, but I'll try and put more videos on. We're going to be doing quite a few trips coming up to some really cool places, so I'll YouTube them and I'll take videos and put them on YouTube. So this morning I'm just going to run through with you. We're going to be going to camp down at Salt Rock on the north coast, just north of Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. We're just going for the night. We've got our family over from America. We are attending a wedding and we're all going to be staying at Salt Rock for the weekend. So it will be nice just to film our little trip there. But to start off with, I'm going to show you our camping preparation. So we're only going for one night, so it is a bit of work, but we love going away, as you guys know, so the effort's well rewarded for where we go. So just to show you what I do, and forgive the mess in the garage. We've got our boat here which I'm busy repairing, doing some work on the pontoon repairs here. I had to re-glue it. I'm going to be doing recovering of the seats. I'm going to do some work on our motor, get it all cleaned up and polished up so we can get onto the water again. You'll see some videos coming up shortly of our trips using the boat. So what we do is we normally park our trailer. You would have seen our trailer in some of the previous videos, and we actually park it on this side of the driveway with a lovely cover on. It stays there with all the goodies in, and then on the day we're about to leave, or the day before, I reverse the trailer into our garage. I inspect it to see that everything's in good condition, check the tires, check the wheels, make sure that everything's packed nicely inside, get everything prepared for our trip out, and I accumulate whatever we're going to be taking with us. We plan ahead who's coming with us, what setup we're going to have, what do we need. So we're taking our camping stretchers, some additional mattresses, Reese's little tent, and what you see inside the house. We accumulate all our food in our entrance area with everything that we're going to be taking with, so bags, our pillows, sheet and everything, and then a box of food, and a cooler box. So we're not taking anything hectic like the fridges and major boxes. We're just going for the night, so there's only a few things we take. So it's going to be a pretty easy pack. And we've got a cooler box with all some stuff that we've prepared for this evening, and then we've got our drinks going to be going inside here with some ice shortly. So that's how we prepare. Everything's done before the day that we leave, so that the morning we don't have a big rush. It's just basically packing and getting on our way. So I'm going to be going on my own this morning to set up. Donna is coming with the boys a bit later. They're attending a party this morning. That wasn't very clever. So I'll move the van forward and then I'll start packing all our goodies into the back. I was going to take our bikes for a ride, but we're going to rather go for a walk on the beach. And next weekend we're going to do some exciting riding up in the Drakensberg Mountains. So I'll push the van forward and I'll load in the back. Once I'm done, I'll get my clothes packed, hook up the trailer, go down to Salt Rock, and I'll show you how we set up there. So catch you guys in a while, and I'll have this thing running just to show you how I set up in the background. See you shortly. Rightio, so we all packed. Food, the wood, the fireplace, clothes, fridge, everything good. Got the trailer hooked up. Check that the cable's on properly. Always important to make sure that your trailer is properly secured. Everything's where it's supposed to be. Check all your hatches and covers. Everything is on. See, look, that's what's so important. Don't leave without checking that everything is tight and secure. Otherwise you tend to have issues on the road. Everything good in the vehicle. Check this side. Closed. Yep. Some more stuff open. Make sure your covers are locked. Gas bottle. Got my lock in there. Tight. Oh, let's turn on the lights. Always check your trailer lights. Nothing worse than seeing trailers on the road where the lights aren't working. It's a safety hazard for you and other road users. So as you can see, lights are working, hazards are working, which means that the indicators are there. That's indicating to me that there's an earth issue somewhere inside the trailer. Not too much of a problem because we're only riding in daylight, but I'll check that out when we get home. That catch is closed. Stabilizer bars locked. Tent on, closed. Right, everything good. We can hit the road. Get some fuel on the way. Good, we'll see you at Salt Rock. It's a bit windy, so I'm going to come to these sites here. You know, these ones, these are all booked, the ones at the side there. So I'm going to take the one here next to the stairs. There's a lot of wind at the front, but here it's a lot more protected, so I'll just set up here. Okay, so we've arrived at Salt Rock, set up our tent. As I say, we're only here for the night. We're going to do some bonfire tonight, cook some marshmallows. Kids are going to do some crab hunting. Check this out. If you get the weather right, if you look at the weather apps and make sure there's no heavy wind or rain, this is one of the most epic campsites in South Africa. Definitely. And the boys are playing in the sand. Kids love playing in the sand and in the tidal pool. Tomorrow we're going to take a walk right over those mountains to Thompson's Bay, have a swim. Ben's got the prawn catcher. Not prawn catcher, what's it called again? Shrimp, the shrimp pump. Earlier on there was a wedding going on there, just ended. They're probably going to go and chill out at the Salt Rock Hotel. Awesomeness. I can't explain to you how epic this is. So Salt Rock Caravan Park. How epic is this? We are camping at Salt Rock Caravan Park. We're going to do a bonfire with marshmallows a little bit later and some crab hunting. Reese is going to put up his tent. If you get the weather right, I promise you, you can't beat this place. Tomorrow I'm going to do 1.5 k's in the tidal pool, swimming, and then we're going to walk up to Thompson's Bay, go and swim in the hole in the wall. I promise you, this place is unbelievable. So it's quite something. There's no wind around our campsite, but there's wind in the sky. This Ben has got the kite up and it's going crazy. There's literally no wind where I'm standing, and there's a lot of wind in the sky, enough for the kite to go into the sky. It's crazy. Well done, Ben. Are you bringing it down? You're going to tie it on there and just leave it. Okay. It'll probably stay out. That's a good idea. not going down. Amazing cart that Ben. Oh, it's yours. Oh, you can share it. What are you actually doing? You're bringing it down?
Yeah, and then I'm going to try and make it flat.
Okay.
That's the best part.
Taking off, okay. Let's get that bonfire going.
Vibrant colours. Yeah, look at mine.
So what did you put in there, Reese?
Hey?
What's it called that you put in there?
Mystical fire.
Mystical fire.
You're a mystical.
You can't really see it too clearly on the video, but the colours are
It's
absolutely
like
insane.
green, like you can't see any normal fire.
Oh, that's a my face is burning.
The camera doesn't pick it up, but it's like blue and green and yellow and white as well.
There, look at that, Dad.
Crazy stuff.
Imagine South Africa today.
Here we are in the evening. Had our nachos. Kids have had their marshmallows on the fire. We're sitting enjoying a hot chocolate and watching the sea. Beautiful evening. Reese got his tent up. Hello boy,
Hello.
what you guys doing?
Like,
Is
hello.
Bradley sleeping?
No, she's playing on the first.
Hey?
She's on the first. Riley, look out.
Oh my gosh. What you doing?
Got the Marlo heater.
You got your heater going on here? Oh, you're gonna have a good night's sleep, hey? Good stuff. What a lovely evening. You probably can't see it, but anyway, there's stars galore in the sky. Sound of the waves. Lovely bonfire. Ben fast asleep. Ben did a zip line ride today, so he's exceptionally tired. He's gone to sleep. We're going to make our way up to the tent bed shortly because we're also quite tired. Good morning. So we're still here at Salt Rock Caravan Park this morning after enjoying a bonfire, roasting some marshmallows and doing some crab hunting on the beach, and then we've spotted some satellites in the sky. It was a lovely evening. Went to bed early and now we've woken up to enjoy a beautiful sunrise here at Salt Rock Caravan Park. Not very often you get beautiful weather, clear skies, no clouds, and a very light breeze. There's Reese and Briley just exploring the tidal pool. So we plan to come down here and have cappuccinos, watch the sunrise. Hello Ben. Don't shock yourself on the power bank. Let's see if we can get a...
Okay, now put your hand up. Up, and towards Glen. More.
Yeah, up,
More. Okay, go up. Up, paddle up. Stop. Over. Up. Okay.
So a little bit later this morning we're going to take a walk along the beach up to Thompson's Bay, go and see a hole in the wall. And then we've got some friends and family coming for bacon and egg rolls this morning. We're going to spend the day on the beach enjoying the surroundings. The sea temperature is quite warm, so definitely do some swimming. While I'm at it, I thought I'd show you this very interesting, well, I'm wanting to call it a caravan, but it isn't really a caravan. It's a off-road camping trailer, I guess. So we've seen these type of things come into the marketplace, more commonly known as teardrop caravans, but I think this is kind of based on the same concept as the teardrop. It's a very, very interesting trailer. So what I do know is that in this hatch here, there's actually a bed that runs inside this caravan. So you jump straight in, got your bed. There's a couple of cupboards on either side. Got your nose cone, stargazer, and then you've got a door on this side as well. So you've got a hatch on both sides where you can climb into. You can imagine now being on the beachfront, opening this hatch, having a beautiful sunrise view. Yeah, romantic. It's got a lovely, I think it would be a 180 awning, so that awning will open up, or perhaps even a 270, so it goes around the back. This whole section goes up, and there's a kitchen unit set up inside there. Very, very interesting. Very nice if you're just on your own or just a couple, but certainly not big enough for a family, unless the kids sleep in tents. Wow, look at that beautiful photo. A little bit of a breeze picked up. Boys are going to be trying to fly the kite. No, don't run with it. Don't run with it. Reese must run. There you go. Oh. Reese, you have to let it out. You have to let it go up in the sky to get wind. The higher you go, the more the wind is. It's like obvious. Right. We are busy making breakfast. My cousin who immigrated to the States a number of years ago is coming to join us for breakfast. And a mate of mine, but here we have Riley making wonderful crumpets. Good job, Riley. Very nice. Cooking out here in the caravan park. Awesome. We have got everything prepared. We're going to have salad and yogurt and egg and bacon rolls, and I've also got my wonderful bolognese on the go. Nothing like a lovely soft egg on bolognese on toast. So a little setup for the night. Ben had his stretcher. Must have slept beautifully and comfortably. And us on that lovely extra length bed. Very comfortable sleep. Right, so we all packed up. No sooner have we arrived, it's time to depart. Hope the wind noise is not too bad. Anyhow, you probably will notice in my description of the Salt Rock experience that it ended in disaster. So I want to explain to you what we experienced here at Salt Rock, which is exceptionally sad because it's totally against what camping is all about. Camping is about enjoying your space, being out in the open, being accommodating, sharing and caring kind of thing, and a lot more on top of that. So maybe I'll try and get to the bottom of this within 2 minutes. So I mailed through this during the course of the week to Chantal, who's the lady at reception who takes the bookings, to say we're going to be coming through on Saturday afternoon, and we'll probably be there at 3. I know the office is closed, and can she please let the security know that we'll be there, and I'll just come on a site that is not occupied, because when you come, as you can see, it's all very weather dependent. So we look at the weather, see what the wind's doing, we choose a site according to that. So you can't book a physical site and then we just come and scout and see what's available. So when we arrived yesterday, as I got to the gate, I already was received very poorly by the security lady, who didn't have my correspondence through Chantal advising I'll be there at 3 o'clock. So I started to get a lot of grief from her, having not booked. So I was ushered then through to the reception at the Salt Rock Hotel to pay for us 5 people on a campsite for the night, which I did, and then went back to her and told her my wife was coming in a separate vehicle with the 3 kids, and I'll be going to choose a site and I'll let her know which site I'm on. She gave me a list of all the available sites and which sites I wasn't supposed to camp on. So as I came through, I decided to take the one that you can see my vehicle on, because that was the only one that was available. And every campsite that you see on the top here running to where I'm standing, all the way to the front, apart from that section where you see my finger pointing, where there was a overland vehicle and there was a family on 2 campsites just in front of my vehicle there. Not one of those campsites were occupied, but it was showing that we could not go on those campsites for the night because they were booked. So nobody arrived. So anyway, that's a bit of a strange one, because had that been, I would have actually camped over there, because it's very protected from the wind, close to the toilets for the kids. But unfortunately it was showing that it was booked, but nobody came. Anyway, that's another point. So last night we were setting up, and Reese wanted to stay in his own tent, and because the space on the campsites, as you can see, they're all very small, so there isn't much space to add on tents and things like that over and above your caravan or your trailer tent in our case. So I said to Reese, since the park was completely empty, not any vehicles here, and I knew this site was not booked, the one next to us, I asked him just to put his tent on the top there for the night. I don't think it'll be a problem. And then Donna left her vehicle parked on the same site as well. All good and well. As you know, we enjoyed our evening. So this morning, very early, my Aunt Bev and Glenn, who are staying at the Salt Rock Hotel for the night, came down and enjoyed some cappuccinos and sunrise with us there this morning. during that time, the security guard came over and told us that we need to move that tent off the site and move the car up to the top, and we're going to be paying for additional fees for the site because we've taken an additional site over and above what we were on. So I found that very surprising. But anyway, so we took the tent down very early. Donna took a car to the top. A little bit after that, the actual manager, I can't remember his name, gentleman came down and actually started to rip into us about having Reese's tent on a separate campsite and having Donna's vehicle parked in the parking, which is totally against regulation, and started to go all apeshit against me. So anyhow, I said to him, look, we had paid and booked for 5 people, we're on the campsite. He was querying why my aunt and uncle were here, which were people over and above what we booked for 5. I said they were staying at the hotel. He said hotel people are not allowed to come onto this property, they need to be removed. So we had to tell my aunt and uncle to leave the campsite at the front there and go back to the hotel. Very sad indeed. So anyway, a little short space after that, my wife took her vehicle up to the top to go and park it there, and then she was confronted by Chantal and the manager, who then started to shout at her terribly, and it was absolutely disgraceful. So I had to then go and pay for an additional site. It cost me an additional 860 Rand or something like that for Reese having been on that campsite next door, although there was absolutely nobody anywhere in the vicinity here, as you can see, and Donna's vehicle being parked there, and also because I asked if we could stay a little bit later because we were having breakfast with my family. As you know, we're going now for lunch at the Salt Rock Caravan, Salt Rock Hotel. So I had to pay for all of us to stay later. I had to pay for the additional site and the additional vehicle and all of the abuse that we got from them, which was totally out of order. My issue with this is that when you're camping and you don't have a full campsite, you need to be a little bit more flexible, because if somebody's not on the site, as you see there, why can't I put my tent there for the night so that I'm not squashing everybody around my campsite and you're all tight? There's no harm in putting a tent onto another site if it's not being used, and then we move it off very early the next morning. That's the way I understand camping to be, but certainly that's not the way things are managed around here. So for what it's worth, Salt Rock Caravan Park is, I'm afraid, as you can see, for a weekend like this with the weather the way it was, to only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 campsites occupied at the bottom here. There's a problem here, and I'm sure it's stemming from the fact that the management are just really not flexible and rude to their customers. So I think it's going to be a very bad sign for this caravan park. So anyway, if you come to Salt Rock Caravan Park and these managers are still here in place, you're probably going to have a really torrid time if you're not obeying by the rules, and you just go a little bit over the rules and have a bit of flexibility. They're probably going to come down at you. So anyway, that's what we experienced for the weekend. We won't come back here while these managers are here. We're going to be calling on Craig Hewlett, who's the owner of this whole place, and let him know what we experienced. I'm going to try and get my money back for what we paid for on this site, because I don't think it was reasonable to do that. You have to be flexible with camping. That's what it's all about. About enjoying yourselves and making sure your customers enjoy their time, and that's certainly not the case here at the Salt Rock Caravan Park. So anyway, although we had a good time, it was ruined by that experience. Right, we're off to lunch at the Salt Rock Hotel with our family. So we're ending off the day having lunch at Salt Rock Caravan Park, or the Salt Rock Hotel I should say. How's this for a beautiful setting? All the family there eating lunch. Kids have gone down to the beach to go and play in the sand. There they all are. Caravan park all empty. Cool. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.